This is a guitar. It is made of wood, and then you play it. So, gently stroking the strings downwards and upwards if you prefer. And then you change to different chords. 5 years ago, almost 6, playing guitar is cool. I have internet. Let's learn guitar. So for like the first 2 or 3 years, I knew like 2 chords. And then after that, I started playing with the worship band, and I knew many much chords. No, apparently like old people can play guitar really well. Like Gibson, the guy who invented Gibson guitars, like he can apparently shred on a guitar.
So you're saying just because you're old,
you can still play music. We used to sit at the gate. This older guy came through and he was like, you know, in those kidnapper vans? Like super shady, rusty, white van, blacked out windows. And he offered us candy, and I was like, that is like the most stereotypical kidnapper, get in my van, let's go thing to do. And I was like, no, I don't want any of your drugged candy, sir. It was rough. Tooth and nail. It was very difficult. We would play a game, test each other. We had a very large and scary basement, and I swear we had an army of rats. You could hear them. We would take turns, and one of us would have to go sit at the bottom of the stairwell, and then the rest of us would flip out the lights and lock the door. The person who could sit down there the longest without banging on the door, they would win. And that's how you got success in the Hosmer household. I would last, I think my record, you'd have to check with the older siblings, but I think it was 32 seconds, and the overall record was 6 minutes, and that was held by Tessa, because she would go and sit by the furnace instead of sitting on the stairwell, so she had like this little inkling of light next to her. That's how she won. I had my permit, and we were driving home at night. I had never hit an animal before, and I hit a raccoon. I thought I hit a bowling ball that went through the tire, into the back tire, and through that tire, and shot it out the back. And like, I saw something in the rearview mirror flying upwards. It turned out to be a raccoon, because I saw it the next day. It was a flat raccoon on the side of the road. I dig graves. No, we have a backhoe, and Mr. Larry runs the backhoe, and I stand there and I make sure that the hole is a rectangular hole and not a ball hole. It's not that bad. I mean, you never see the faces. You just get the casket and you lower it in with a lowering device, and then you put the lid on, put the dirt back on. Sometimes when we dig it, the bucket will grab a big chunk of dirt and it'll pull out part of the side of the grave. So when you're looking at the ground, it looks like the grass is solid all around it, when in fact a big chunk of dirt is missing out from underneath what you think is solid ground. So I was helping him dig, and I walked to see if the grave was a bowl hole or if it was rectangular, and the ground came out from underneath me, and I thought I was going to join the casket down at the bottom of the hole. And I turned very white. I didn't go near that hole again. I sat in the mule and waited for it to be done. Oh, I have a story. My claim to fame is I accidentally did the milk challenge on accident. I just wanted milk, and so I drank a gallon of milk in under 45 minutes. Didn't even realize it until the next day, and Mom's like, where's our milk? I was like, oh, I drank it. I've actually debated buying a cow because it would be cheaper than buying how much milk I drink. Cats and grass. I mean, like, I don't just walk outside and break out in hives. I cut grass here at the cemetery. If it like gets on my shirt, I sneeze a lot and I feel like dying, and my eyes close and I have to hibernate. It's pretty traumatic. I'm actually very safe. Like, I realize what is stupid, and I stay away from it. Unlike many of my friends who tried to retrieve hillbilly golf balls from power lines with a lag pole, and you know who you are if you're watching this. We had just got our swing set. Dad had just got a set of bungee cords, and I had just seen the movie Tarzan. All of those put together made for a very poor decision making, and I was like, I could be Tarzan. I put bungee cords, I just hung them up around and looped them on themselves, and then I would swing across them. I made it through completely twice, and then I was swinging the third time, and I pulled on one, just kept on going. I landed on my face from swinging pretty quickly. I had a sore neck for quite a few days after that, and I don't play with bungee cords anymore because I was like, that could have killed me. Frogs and toads. What do you want from me? You asked me about my deepest fear, and then you're like, go, let's drag this up. Everything, they can kill you. Well, some of them by touch. No spider can do that, and most people are scared of spiders. Frogs, you just like brush against them and you can lose a hand. What's that? The Goliath frog, and it's like, I mean, who wants? Nobody's got time for that. Nobody. I would keep daddy longlegs as pets when I was a kid. I would eventually kill them. I would just get tired of them, and I only had one jar. So, out with the old and with the new kind of deal. That would have been more cool than just stepping on them. Looking back, I probably could have just let him go, but it didn't seem right at the time.